What's happening, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Red Oak Outdoors. My name is Aaron Royster, and it is a beautiful, beautiful morning down here in southern New Mexico. I mean, just check out this view. It's nice and early. I actually have a class that I'm going to. I'm not going to talk too much about that, just because some things you don't have to broadcast. But I have a class that I'll be going to all day, so I figured I'll just take a little bit of time, make a little video, just because I'm a member of a few fishing groups and stuff on Facebook, and I follow several people online, and everybody has a lot of questions, right? And so on like a million different things. So I'm just gonna grab, let's see if I got what I need. That'll work, and that'll work. All right, so I have a couple rods and reels here, and today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you guys about tuning in your bait caster. It's a little bit different video today. I'm normally not one for tips and tricks, but I figured if there's so many new anglers out there, and I have literal years of experience. I didn't really think about this until last night, but I have years of fishing experience. I've been using bait casters for a long time, and if my experience can help with any headache that anybody else has, especially new fishermen or whatever, if I can help you guys save a little bit of time, maybe a little bit of money, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. So anyway, I'm gonna just come down here to the river and I'll show you guys about how to tune your bait casters. But I have to say too, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm gonna talk about some gear and drop some name brands and stuff like that, just from my own personal experience, what I like, what I don't like, so just take it with a grain of salt. That kind of stuff is like more like opinion based, but a lot of the methods that I use for like dialing in my bait caster, you can use that with most brands. Excuse me, I think that's about it. But yeah, so far the water's super calm. I'm not really anticipating catching any fish today, but if we do, right on. But if we're not, no harm, no foul. So anywho, I'm going to get you guys strapped on and get these things rigged up. All right, so we're rigged up. I just tied on a lipless crankbait here, but what we're working with today, I have the Shimano SLX MGL 70HG. Great reel, I love it. It's one of my newest pieces of equipment, but it's also one of my favorites, and it's on a Lew's KVD series GC5, and this is their flipping or their dock skipping and frogging rod. So it's a 7'2", medium heavy, fast action rod, and it also has like a really short handle. Super nice combo right here. I love it. But anywho, and this is a new line, so I told you before, not sponsored by anybody, just letting you guys know, and I just like testing out new lines, right? So over years, you can of fishing and stuff like that, you can like create biases, and I'm not really one for biases. Like if I find something that I really like, I'll try and find like stuff that's comparable to it, and I try to stay in that vein. I normally use like a fluoro or polycarbonate line. I don't use braid too often, but that's neither here nor there. You can use these methods I'm about to teach you, tuning in your bait caster for everything. So most reels are going to have an outside magnet adjustment. If yours doesn't, you can normally just take like this little cover off and engage or disengage your magnet adjustments here, and then you also have your cast adjustment knob here, or everybody calls these brakes as well. So you have magnetic brakes here, and then you have these brakes here. I call them both, but this is your casting adjustment knob. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to tighten this down so that when I press the button, your spool doesn't spin, right? So that's like the first thing I do, and then I will engage my brakes as much as possible. So it looks like These are maxed out at 6. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna loosen up my brakes to the point where it's only gonna fall if I like just see when I drop it down like this. It's letting a little bit out. I'm gonna loosen it up a little bit more, just a tiny bit. This one, it's not gonna click. It's not gonna give you any like feedback. It's not gonna, this one doesn't click or have any sound or anything like that. So you just have to be very mindful. So I'm gonna just back it off just a little bit so that's only gonna fall. There we go. That's exactly what we want. So it's only gonna fall when we give it a little bit of when we drop it like this. Can you guys see that? So like when I press it, it's not falling, but when I drop it, that's when it's starting to release a little bit. I'll show you guys here on the spool. Pressing that down, it's releasing a little bit just because it's swinging, but then when we just drop it down like that, that's when it's releasing, but it's catching itself, right? So now we're gonna give this a couple casts just like that. Nice, easy, long cast. With this reel, I mean, you can just bomb cast like nothing. Nice, steady retrieve. And that's pretty good. You know, like right there, like I'd be happy with that with most setups. Now, with this reel, it's designed that you can just like bomb cast all the way to Timbuktu and back. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, I mean, it's nuts. So that's cool, you know, and like there's no backlash. And just something that you need to remember too is like tight brakes won't backlash. If you're having like massive blowups and stuff like that, you know, just tighten up your brakes a little bit. Which is always why I'll max out my brakes while I'm testing out new line. This is a 17-pound polycarbonate line. It's supposed to be like just super strong. It stretches a little bit more than fluorocarbon, but it also does not have the same visual presentation underwater as mono. So it's still gonna, you know, you can have that thicker pound line, you know, without it's still being pretty clear, you know what I mean? So here there's a lot of pressured water, a lot of line shy fish. Yeah, so that's actually really good. Now we can go ahead and we can loosen it up just a little bit more by just backing off our magnetic brakes a little bit. I like to keep these ones at about a 4, right? So just backing it off just a hair, and that's going to improve our casting distance, right? So say you do a lot of bank fishing like I do, just by doing that I've gained about, you know, maybe a yard or 2. You know, I'm just casting, bringing it back to me. I mean, this one's pretty much good to go. You can always, you know, and you can mess with it too, you know, like experiment a little bit, but don't back it off too much, because just like I said, tight brakes, you're not gonna have any backlashes, right? And so for me, I don't want to have to worry too much, but you know, for me, I can already feel right now that it still feels a little bit tight. You know, it feels a little tight to me, so I'm gonna back it off just a little bit, and then, you know, good thumb control is also really good too. But like right now where it's at, I mean, I don't even need to put my thumb on there. There's a little bit of a, oh, that's just because it's a new line. And so this is this polycarbonate line is from P line. I think it's a CXX something or other. It's, I mean, it feels great. It looks great on the spool too. I like it a lot. I'm very impressed with this line so far. Yeah, I got some grass on there, but so far so good. All right, so now this one's tuned. This one's good to go. We're gonna do the same thing with this other line. Once again, lipless crankbait. I'm not going to talk too much about baits, but this is the Lose Custom Pro. This is, you'll notice this is a left-hand left-hand retrieve versus right-hand retrieve. I'm gonna go ahead and max out my magnetic brakes there. And then we're going to crank down these brakes on this side. Notice when we hit our release there, it's not gonna move at all, right? So we'll start to get this one. You're gonna actually hear it, and you're gonna feel when you see, you hear that, boom, click. You'll be able to just get it tuned in a little bit more. And this is a very different combo, you know. This is the Custom Pro from Team Lose on the Guggen Squad Gold Series Go-To rod. Yeah, this is 7-foot medium, medium heavy, fast action. Just a super sweet rod. This is probably my favorite setup that I have in my arsenal. And then for the line that we're using on this one, it's actually super cheap line. This is the Spider Wire fluorocarbon 15-pound fluoro. I've been using, you know, Seguar and P-line and another of other, I think, is it Yozuri or something like that? I've used a ton of other fluorocarbons on this setup. I typically kind of stay in that Seguar P-line vein with my fluoro, but this is like the very first fluorocarbon that I've ever used, so I'm just kind of going back to this to see how I like it. And it's gonna, you know, I'll probably go through this whole spool before I really make up my mind on whether I would, you know, endorse another company over this one or this one over another. You know, I have to use it quite a bit. So in this video, I'm not going to really talk about that. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm using right now. And so anyway, I've backed off the brakes just a little bit. I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna drop it down a little bit. It's not releasing yet, so we're gonna go ahead and back it off a little bit more. I'm gonna hold my spool just in case I release too much. Just a few clicks. It's starting to release just a little bit, you know, just a few inches at a time. So that means just a couple more clicks should be good. You know, that's not quite enough. A couple more clicks, That looks pretty good right there, right? So I'll show you guys again. Push a button, release just a little bit, but it's not falling, it's not going crazy. You know, I can actually hold this and not be worried, right? If it's too loose, what happens when you press that and you're not having any like pressure on your spool, it's just gonna fall and blow up like crazy, right? So now we can just go ahead and drop it. And it falls a little bit, right? That's nice. Feels nice and smooth, just like that. We'll go ahead and just pull that in. And then get snagged in a rock immediately. And you'll notice this is, you know, it's a little more awkward for me. I'm still getting used to this left-hand retrieve, but it's really nice. I think it's really, since I cast right-handed, it's nice just being able to go straight to it, you know. There's a muskrat swimming right there. What the heck? Why are you coming out to play right now, dude? Weirdo. But anyway, oh, there's deer down there. Right on. Hey, deer. A couple does coming down to the river to get a drink. What's up, Bambi? All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I'm just gonna pick up all my crap here. Let's see, and there's some trash here too. So like, there's some little bits of paracord. It looks like someone, I don't know what they had all these little bits of paracord for. Maybe they're practicing their braiding or something. I have no idea. There's just like little bits of paracord everywhere. Oh, there's another piece right here. And there is a beer can over here, which we will pull out of this bush. I got my lures. I'll grab my rods too. Try not to step on them while I'm grabbing this can. You know, just clean it up, you know what I mean? Making it look better. All right, grab my stuff. Our area is nice and clean. We're doing our part, cleaning up our waterways. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. I love you guys, appreciate y'all. Hopefully you guys learned something. If I'm completely wrong and there's a better way, let me know in the comment section below. And if this helped you at all, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe. We're gonna catch some fish on the next video. So anyway, appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys on the next video. There we go. We got it. Very good. That's a nice little fish. We got one. This is a good fish. Yeah, see him down there? It's a nice fish.